The building you can see behind me is the new exhibit here at the Natural History Museum in St. Fagans. It's an example of how people would have lived in the Iron Age. The walls are made up of 300 tons of clom, that's clay, stone and straw mixed together, and the exhibit will be open next week.
That's a fantastic opportunity. Studying the Celts is on the curriculum, and we've got this purpose-built classroom here. We've got a display house through there showing what life was like 2,000 years ago in the Iron Age. And here we've got room to hold 2 classes, probably 60 children, to learn all about the Celts.
And from a historic building point of view, just how historically accurate would this building be?
It's as accurate as we can be. The only thing that survives from the Iron Age in terms of roundhouses is their footprint. And in this particular case, the footprint was quite unusual in that it was a spread of clay nearly 2 meters thick. So we've rebuilt it based on that archaeology and the last 30 years of building roundhouses. So through building them, we learn. So there's still lots we can learn from this building. It's quite an unusual building. A roundhouse with clay walls hasn't been built in Britain. This is the first of its kind. And also it's a double roundhouse in that the 2 rooms share 1 roof. Very few of those buildings have been built as well.
Well, once the plot was picked, we had to come up and orientate where the building was going so it was facing the same position it would in its original position. And then it was a matter then of getting the materials together to build it. I can't remember the top of my head, 500 ton of clay, something like that, and then aggregate mixed in and straw as well. And then we built a pit round the back, and we mixed everything in the pit, and then it was all done by hand, then built up by hand. You build up layers, so you try and do as much of a layer as you can in a day, and then the following day then you could trim it back, and then you build the next layer up and so forth. So there was no waste, because as you're trimming back on a regular basis, you're remixing that, which goes back into the next layer.
So it's very labour-intensive work on the walls, but the roof as well. Tell us what went into that.
A lot of work into the roof because it's timber construction in the roof underneath the thatch. It's all locally sourced in the woods around us, and all cut by hand, put up by hand, so no machinery involved on that at all, so it was a lot of heavy work.
And as you mentioned, a lot of work, but are you happy with the final product?
Amazed, to be honest, yeah, because it's new to us as well, so we weren't too sure whether things are going to stay or not, because the centre post that the roof is built off was a post sunk into the ground, and then all the timber work structure's done, then all the thatching was done, and then that post was cut out. That's why it looks as if it's free floating in the middle, but the structure of the roof would hold it in place. So yeah, it was a bit touch and go at times, but we're happy with it.
And just how long were you working on this project?
All told from start to finish, it must have been about a good 12 to 18 months. But we tried to get the walls done in the summertime because obviously, wet weather comes, it'll wash it out because it's only clay, mud, straw and aggregate.
The building you can see behind me was based on a small historical find in Anglesey and will give children across Wales a great chance and insight into how people used to live in the Iron Age. The building was made with help from the Heritage Lottery Fund. This is Matthew Harris for Cardiff News.